winners are grinners. My name is Darren Murphy. Great to have your company wherever you are watching. We are talking a little sport, and we're going to get right into it. A big week this week, and we're going to get into our top 5 for this week. At number 5, the Matildas in the Asian Cup. Joining me as usual, Barrico. How are you,
Hey,
mate?
good. How you going, Daz?
Yeah, mate, I'm really well. Dave Tinners Carroll, how are you
Good
going?
afternoon or good evening, Daz. Great to be
Yeah,
back.
so we're doing this one a little earlier on a Wednesday, only because our tipping sucked last week.
Yeah, only because I've got to go to cold breakfast in a couple of days' time.
Oh,
I don't know about you, but I got 3 out of 8. I thought that was pretty good.
Oh,
I think
four,
I
not
got
too bad.
4. I got 4. Treno, our good mate Treno, got 6, and
Yeah,
he's away already.
Arsey.
Oh,
That's all I can say is
like
arsey.
absolute arse. Like he's a Queenslander man.
Yeah.
He's a Queenslander.
Yeah,
And he went against all the Queensland teams. But as I said to Tredo, it's amazing what happens when you actually sit and look at the team lists and make your decisions rather than just picking them all at the start of the week.
well,
and
I
hoping.
looked at them. I admit I looked at them as well, and I thought, well, Brisbane will not a problem.
Yeah,
And
I was
then,
kinda- I was
yeah,
conf- I
we'll
was
talk
confident.
about that.
Yeah, we'll talk about it. Yeah, anyway.
Yeah, all right, let's get into our
Treno's a cheat.
I know, he's a bloody fraud.
All right, let's get into our top 5 this week. Number 5, the Matildas and the Asian Cup in Australia. Now, this is actually interesting, this one. Now, Matildas are doing really well in the Asian Cup.
Yeah, they play in the quarterfinal, I do believe, on Sunday night versus
Very good.
South Korea.
North Korea.
It is North Korea.
Yeah.
It is North Korea.
Yeah.
So shouldn't-
People's Republic of Korea.
So that's it. So North Korea allowed to have a football side,
Yeah,
obviously.
yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
Kim allows it.
Yeah. that's the main thing. As long as he allows it. That'll be a really tough game because I do believe the North Korea are a very good football
They
team,
are,
aren't they?
yeah.
But I don't think they've ever progressed past the quarterfinals.
Yep.
Whereas Australia hasn't lost a quarterfinal yet.
Yeah. Now the Iranians as well.
Yeah. What do you think
they're
of that?
over here.
What do you think of that, Baz? I mean, there was 5 of them they applied for asylum.
6 now.
6 now.
Yeah,
is it?
6 now.
I don't know if we
Sorry,
can.
what? The teams?
So we offered, the Australian government offered all the Iranian players asylum.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Now, 6 of them have taken that up and decided to stay in Australia. Now, I don't know if this is right or wrong, but their families are in danger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that correct? If
That's
they don't,
correct, yeah.
if they don't go back, their families are in mortal danger.
Yeah, it's one thing to accept asylum, but then, what do you do about your family?
Yeah, what do you do
and
about
friends
your
at
family
home,
when
like,
you're coming home?
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right. So
It's tragic circumstances
it is,
for them.
It very much so. And I think the great man Trumpy rang up Albo and said, I think you need to, like he personally put in a phone call to him to say that you need to offer him asylum.
Yeah.
So that was pretty right too. So
I hope Albo said you need to stop bombing them. Anyway,
'Cause
we won't get into that.
No, let's not get into
at our
politics.
diesel at $2.40, it's starting to hurt.
Yeah, no, won't talk about that one either. All right, the Australian women's squad has changed ahead of the West Indies tour. So they've got a
cricket
new
squad?
captain now. Yeah, they've got a new captain now. So Alyssa Healy is actually retired.
Sophie Molyneux
Yeah.
turns as captain after injury.
Yeah. What do we think about that? Change of captain, and it's a good solid side. It's still, regardless, still a good solid side.
Yeah, no, I mean, never the day. I mean, there's got to probably obviously have change in the Australian team.
Yeah. The Australian women's team is pretty dominant. So
Yeah.
So number 3 this week, the AFL is stuck with their opening round in the State of Origin concept. The AFL's doubled
they're
down.
going back to State of Origin, or AFL.
Victoria against WA.
Yeah, really. Wow.
Yeah. Did you watch that?
Well, that
No,
happened.
I missed that,
That was
sorry.
about 3.5,
Three,
4
4
weeks
weeks
ago. But
Sorry, you say State of Origin, my ears prick up. I'm like, whoa.
So they've doubled down in their opening rounds, and so the opening rounds in northern markets in the revived State of Origin format. AFL boss Andrew Dillon says both will stay because they'll help grow the game beyond Victoria.
yeah, no, it's
It's there. It is there.
oh, sorry. I'm a little bit confused
Yeah.
here, but it's his. I've
No,
got
Dad's
it now.
put 2 things in the chat group.
That's right.
here.
That's what's happened here. Yes. Okay.
Are AFL allowed to use the word state of origin, or are
Yeah,
they?
but it's
they're not-
always it has always been state of origin. Effectively, state of origin's been going in AFL, VFL.
Yeah, I know
Probably
they
50 years ago,
used to have
because it was
yeah.
very much then Victoria versus South Australia.
So did they start the concept of state of
They
origin?
did. They actually
Yeah.
did start the concept of
So
state
I
of
often
origin.
wondered whether the NRL had the trademark to
No.
state of origin as
Yeah.
as a name.
Yeah,
You know,
so
but-
it was always that state versus state, because a lot of South Australians came over from the South Australian National Football League
Yep.
into the VFL League.
Yes.
And because a number of them were highly talented, and a number of South Australians played very well in the old VFL league. So I actually think, it does it state in there, because I believe that South Australia, though, needs to be.
They need to be in there.
They
and
need to be in
well,
there.
we did talk about this, that the South Australians need to be in there, but also they need to do something for the northern markets.
Yeah, which is the Allies, but it's pretty hard to put the Allies up against a Victorian team. They're just
Yeah.
not going to be strong enough. I don't know whether you have a rotating one year like this. This year was Victoria versus
WA.
WA. Next year, it always has to be Victoria,
Yeah.
which I know it's not great, but it has to be Victoria versus South Australia. And do you make it a rotating 2 years where it's WA or SA? I mean, it's...
Well, you could have Victoria versus Queensland.
You could have Victoria versus Allies, but it'd be a pretty one-sided match. Maybe not, because obviously, you've got.
Well, look at what the dominance of the Lions now.
The Lions and the Suns. I mean, and especially what they did to Geelong on last weekend. So, look, it does need to continue, but I still don't know whether February is the right time to do it in.
Is that when they're doing it? Wow.
Yeah,
okay.
it's like it's middle of February. And it was done over in it was at
It was
Optus
done
Stadium.
in Perth. It was done in Optus Stadium
Yeah,
with 35-degree heat.
Yeah, and they just still got a good crowd. I think they got 52,000 people.
Okay.
But maybe, I don't know, again, you kind of have a bye and maybe play it in May or June.
Yeah, we've always
in South Australia
argued about the NRL one, whether it's right in the middle of the season and things like that.
It's not the right time though to be playing in the and especially if you've then got to ask players to go over to Perth to play a state of origin game. I know we do it probably once every 2 years, maybe in the NRL, but if they always say it's going to be in Perth, that means the clubs are asking their players to go to another travel to Perth during the year when it's not for their club football. So at this stage, I don't. It's a very good concept. It's great to have it back, but where it's going to land, it's a bit where does the AFLW land? They don't know where their season is supposed to land right either.
Is it too much of a gimmick? Because traditionalists will actually think it's too much of a gimmick.
Oh, I don't think it is. No, they took it. It was a high scoring game. To me,
Yeah.
personally, I didn't think it was a gimmick game. I thought it was great to see, and we want to see that. We just want to see the best footballers play against each other, or
Yes.
like a Paddy Cripps play against Nick Dacos, or Nick Dacos has the opportunity to be playing with Marcus Bontempelli. They're the two best players in the AFL, and they never get the opportunity.
Why
to
did
play.
they stop doing it?
I think it was mostly because of ratings and time.
Yeah, it was the rain, because initially the VFL was just a Melbourne market,
Yeah.
and then by bringing the South Australian and Victoria state
Like
of origin,
if you wanted to watch an AFL game in New South Wales and Queensland, you couldn't actually do that until about 11, 12 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
All right,
yeah,
and
so
that was the opposite for rugby league. So before the Foxtel days or anything like that, you had to wait late at night to actually watch a game of either rugby league in the southern states or a game
when
of.
I was growing up,
So
it
just didn't put them on prime time.
was just maybe 6 o'clock, and they went through the 4 or 5 games,
Because we only had 1 or 2 channels back
and
then.
think that was on actually ABC.
Yeah,
That's what it was, wasn't it?
was,
It was ABC.
Wow.
yeah.
So we have
Much
come
simpler times.
Much simpler times, exactly. We had more times with our loved
We
ones.
have more channels now. All right, number 2, the NRL season is heating up. There are team dramas, and we will talk about this a bit later. But the early rounds of the 2026 NRL season is creating headlines. coaches are making bold selections, including young players being promoted and key positional reshuffles across teams. It's probably time. It's probably time for, young players there to actually gain some experience in our NRL.
I totally agree, but obviously being a tragic Manly fan, and there's a young gun playing for Manly. He was the Australian schoolboys rugby union half in Joey Walsh. Now, because of this 6-man interchange bench now, you probably know about that, Baz, is that only 4 players are effectively play unless there's some type of injury. So anyway, what Joey Walsh sat on the bench for all that game on Saturday night, Manly versus Canberra. Now, the end score was 15-14. Surely somewhere along the line, he's a playmaker. He's a young playmaker. He gets on the ground, but he didn't get on the ground. So now, again, he misses a game of football as a young man. This weekend, he's again named on the interchange bench. What if he doesn't get a game again? So
yeah, it's
this 6-man interchange, and I'm not all over it how it all works yet, and why they've decided to bring. Can anyone help me?
Well, the only thing I can assume is that traditionally, if a coach would load it up with 4 forwards and then an outside back went down, they went, oh, we don't have that style of player to put in. So this now gives you more options. You can still only use 4 of them, but if your fullback goes down in the first 20.
But now you've got more option.
You have got more options, but I was listening to Toddy Pate.
You're right. Sorry, you're right though. There's players that will get put on the bench week after week and probably not get used unless that specific injury happens or whatever. So,
and that's exactly what Toddy Payton said on the radio driving to the office this morning.
Yeah.
He said, well, we've had that discussion with some of our players during the week, but sometimes you won't get a game, and other times you will. But you've just got to be ready.
But that also means the flow-on effect is teams like the Northern Pride and the Cutters don't have those players available to them either.
It's easy to say, well, you just got to be ready, but I've been ready for 3 weeks.
But it's a case of damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Yeah, I know. I don't like it, though, when you got 6 on the bench, and I don't know how they keep up their match fitness.
I don't see why they can't have 6 on the bench and let them use all 6.
That's what I would do.
Yeah.
You're going to get so many changes per game anyway.
Yeah.
But it's a fatigue factor anyway.
Sorry, was that?
Comes down to the fatigue factor.
Yeah, I agree. If there's only, 50 interchanges a game, it's probably less than that.
Yeah.
Just use the 6, and once you hit your cap, then that's it.
I know it's part of the game is the fatigue, and, when they get tired towards the end, they make mistakes, and that's when teams can capitalise and win, blah, blah, blah. But we've also got to be looking at injuries too and going, we can't run these guys ragged to the point where they're out for half a season injured.
Yeah, no, I agree. I totally agree. And I mean, look, it is great for the younger players to get a taste of just sitting on the bench.
Yep.
But I don't know if that's good enough.
Let's fast forward to grand final time. You're on the bench.
So someone's not going to get a game.
And there's
2 players.
Yeah.
You're looking at the other guys going, 2 of us aren't playing this grand final.
No.
That's pretty tragic.
You still get a medal, but it's a bit hollow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly right.
Anyway.
Number 1, it's the story that keeps on giving, and it's Gabe once again this week, Zach Lomax.
All right, we got to promise after this show we're not talking about
Zach Lomax
ever again.
Exactly.
We're not reporting on rugby union, okay?
All right. So Zach Lomax has made a shock NRL switch to
so shocking.
rugby union.
Who saw it coming?
No.
Nah. I mean, obviously, he agreed with the clubs to reduce it back to 2027, end of 27. Straight away, we all knew that he was going to, go to rugby union somewhere where it was in domestically or internationally. But as I said, I think it was Matty John said last night, anyway, whoever it was, he has been advised so poorly and so badly.
Yeah.
So bad, Actually, no, this is who it was. It was probably the number 1 player in the competition. It was Nathan Cleary.
Yeah.
It was on Channel 9 or Channel 7, and he said, as a player, you do not want to be advised that poorly by management, and that's what it, and that's what it comes down to.
So he signed a 2-year deal with the Western Force.
Yeah.
But this is the thing, though. He's a decent NRL player. That doesn't always translate in those code swaps. Like, it's a whole different game.
Is he going to the Bears after that?
Well,
You want to stay in Perth? Going to stay in the Bears?
Wouldn't he? You'd think so.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that's where it would land him?
It would land him, yeah. Probably at the end he'll
But
stay
he's
in
given
Perth.
up, like, I thought he was on 800,000 minimum at Parramatta.
Yeah.
Geez, they must have offered him a lot at, what was
dough.
it called?
It's an opportunity to play for Australia.
It is, but I'm saying who are the what's it called? Not rugby. That they must have offered him like 1.5.
Rugby Australia. Yeah.
No. Sorry, the rugby, the competition.
Western Force.
Western Force.
No, sorry, fellas. The world rugby, this new rugby world.
Oh,
yeah.
R360 or whatever.
R360. Yeah. So obviously
They offered him a shit ton of
they
money.
obviously offered him nearly $2 million a year.
Yeah.
It has to be 1.5.
Yeah.
Because you're not getting. I'm pretty sure it's been 800 to $1 million. At the Eels.
Paps was offered the same deal. Pappenhausen was offered the same deal.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a gamble.
Yeah, total gamble now, but that's been pushed back to 2028.
Yeah.
So it's going to be an interesting story. We will run with this story for another 2 years. Sorry, Baz,
God.
because like he could end up at R360.
Yeah.
Well, why won't he?
It's like watching a train wreck, though, isn't it?
It is a
of a
train wreck.
career. Like,
Yeah, totally.
when you
But
only get one shot.
why wouldn't he play for the Bears? If
Hey,
he's
could.
going to stay in Perth, would it make sense
I
for him
get
to play
that,
for the Bears?
but I don't think the Bears are going to be able to offer him $1.5 to $2 million.
Oh, of course not. Not at 28. No.
Yeah, even if he's on 800 now in the NRL, is he going to be? They're going to offer him 800 in 2 years' time? Maybe not. They might. Oh, you haven't played for 2 years. We'll put you on 300.
Yeah, no, it's going to be interesting whether Suwali is playing very good footy for the Wallabies, so it'll be watch this space for Zach Lomax. He's gone to a franchise that's not very strong though, Daz.
Yeah.
Western Force.
Yeah.
He nearly would have been better to go to the Reds or to the Waratahs or
Well, I
go to New
mean,
Zealand.
if you're going to go somewhere, you might as well go to Perth.
Yeah.
And look, they might not support him that well too, knowing that he's probably going to switch back to NRL when he can.
Yeah, but he's a big signing. That's a big signing for Western Force, isn't it? Really, it's a big. Like he's the number one person in all media in Australia.
It'll bring them some attention for sure, maybe some more viewers. But if he doesn't set the world on fire in that game,
No, it'll be
I think
interesting.
they'll quickly drop him and be like, oh, yeah.
Yep, no.
Sit on the sidelines till you're ready to go back to NRL.
I think he'll be sitting on the sidelines, but anyway.
Probably not, but
I know what you're meaning.
All right, let's turn to the NRL now and the games for the week. Now, we talked briefly about the Warriors and the Roosters were actually playing when we were last recording. Warriors got up 42-18.
They're a good team, Warriors, well coached.
Yeah.
Andrew Webster, Fisher Harris, their captain. Looks as though Luke Metcalf will come back by about round 6 instead of round 9 or 10.
Roosters a good team too, but every time I back them, they're dreadful.
Look,
Do you think they are a good team?
I have to admit,
They
I
have
had
been
my
at
doubts on the
times.
Warriors.
You do?
This year?
Oh, please, okay, tell me. I'm intrigued to hear.
I kind of thought that the spine wasn't actually up to scratch this year. That game alone proved me wrong.
Well, Tanner Boyd was outstanding.
He was.
Yeah.
Absolutely outstanding. I agree.
Yeah.
Look, I think they've been a bit of a sleepy one for a number of years now.
Yeah.
They've been in the top 4. Like
They make top 6.
This could be their year.
It could be. I think this year's quite open, very much so, and considering what happened to the Broncos. But easily a top 6, without a doubt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of which, Panthers got up 26 blot.
How good.
Wow. I thought the Broncos were just terrible.
So there was a game, obviously, we spoke about on the Thursday night, and I'm intrigued to hear from both years. Now,
Storm and the Eels.
Now, Parramatta lost 52-4.
Yes.
Okay. Now, terrible loss, but it was Parramatta bottom 4. Now, surely,
Horrible
Baz,
loss.
26-0 is a worse loss than 52-4 because it was the premiers of 2025 who got beaten and did not score.
They got humbled.
Isn't that a worse loss?
I only just realised it was 0. I knew that the Panthers had put the sword to them, but Yeah, I didn't realise they had not scored
as
anything.
far as I'm concerned.
It was a terrible game of football.
Because
From
Penrith
the reigning
Penrith didn't play either. Their unforced errors was up about 15 as well.
Yeah.
I think Reece Walsh was trying too hard. He was in everything.
It's that hairdo, mate. I'm telling you. The girls don't like him now.
Samson cut his hair.
Well, I'm sure his missus does.
No, not too many teams bounce back after coming back from overseas.
Yeah.
I'm worried about.
I think so. With such a I think with such a devastating loss to Hull KR, I don't think the Broncos have got it together.
No, they obviously haven't.
Well,
and look, they started later than everyone else. But then again, so did the Storm. So there's no excuses there. But
like I said about the Eels game, though, it's only round one. So teams will learn from this. Broncos will learn from this. I'm
sure they'll learn from it. But 26-0 at Suncorp, and you are the premiers of 2025.
Crazy enough, Broncos are playing Eels.
I know.
Tomorrow night.
I've seen that.
The two teams that both got flogged are up against each other. So
it'll be interesting. All right.
They both want redemption.
All right. The Sharks 50, Titans 10.
Yeah, this is a bad one too.
Yeah.
It was a real bad one.
Didn't expect the Titans to be this sour so early.
I thought Josh Hannay, everyone rates him as a good coach. I thought they had a great summer. That's a disappointing loss.
Yeah.
I mean, again, I know Braden Trindle and his halves and partner they scored 2 tries each, but a Cronulla that good, I don't know. Titans have got a long way before they become even a decent football club, culture, team.
Yeah. But, I mean, they've got a change of ownership as well. Matty Johns and Gordon Tallis are actually...
Oh, so Matty Johns is in that too now, is he?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're both sharing ownership of that.
Like, I wouldn't be surprised if they come out and upset whoever they're playing this weekend. But, look, for the fans, like for the Titans fans, that's a terrible way to start for the year.
Yeah.
But Cronulla, if Cronulla are top 4 again, I will jump.
What do you think of Nico Hines during the game?
Yeah, he was good. Nico, I think he scored 2 tries as well. Nico Hines and Braden Trindle both had great games.
It's he's copped a lot of criticism the last few years.
And look, they need to play well every week. And like if they do, whoever the 2 halves get it right, like what happened last Thursday night with Jerome Hughes and Cameron Munster. I mean, how good were they?
Yeah.
If the 2 halves, if the halves can get it right in whatever team, you will make top 4 this year. Yeah.
Yeah. Raiders 29 defeated the Seagulls 28.
Was this a good game? I didn't catch it.
This was a good game of football.
It was a good, No, Manly
the
came
score
out.
would suggest so.
Manly came out of the blocks. It was 12-0.
Yes.
And then obviously you would expect, I can't pronounce his name, but he's the prop for Manly. He went off with a severe ankle injury. So they were already a little bit down on their prop forwards. You expect, and as Canberra did came back, and it was just then once you got in the 20-point mark, it was a seesawing game.
Yeah.
With probably 10 seconds to go, it was always going to happen. I think it was pretty sure it was Jamal Fogarty had a field goal shot.
We had raps on him last week.
And they took out his legs, and it was always going to happen. Like it was just, it was going to happen that way. And so then they got the penalty, and Fogarty kicked the penalty goal, made it 28 all.
Yeah.
But young, I think it's Ethan Strange. No, Ethan Sanders. It might be. Is it his name?
Yeah, Ethan Sanders.
Yeah, he kicked the winning field goal.
1-point field goal. Yeah.
But a really good game. Manly really took it up to Canberra's forward pack. Like Canberra's going to be a good team, but you'd probably rather lose 29-28 than some of the other teams that. But Canberra's going to be, to me, they'll still be a top 4 team.
The final game on Sunday was the Dolphins and the Rabbits, 40-30.
This is another score that surprises me. I didn't realise Dolphins had come back that far.
At one stage, it was 40-10.
Yes. Yeah. Rabbits had it on.
Yeah, like.
Did AJ get the try scoring record?
I think
he was 1 or 2 off when I saw.
Yeah, I don't know if he did or not. I said last week on this podcast that if they don't beat the Rabbits, they don't make the 8. Now, I know, again, it's only round 1.
Yeah.
But they don't – you can't lose at home. So all the home teams that lost last weekend, I'm really going to write them off. You can't make the top 8. Yeah. But the Dolphins, Daz, don't lose.
So that's Dolphins, Manly, Broncos.
Yeah. Well, you can't lose at home.
Yeah.
But Broncos probably will give them a bit of leeway because they're the premiers. But Dolphins have to win every home game.
Yeah.
If you don't win every home game, you can't make the top 8.
Especially at Suncorp. You got to win that one.
You've just got to – look, was it better if it's out at Redcliffe? Might have,
maybe more, especially.
I think they're a better team at Redcliffe than they are at Suncorp. But, what was your thoughts on this, Daz? Why? Were they ambushed? I mean, are the Rabbits a very good team this year?
I think look, I think Latrell, you've still got the Latrell factor there. I think the Dolphins just had a bad day, in all honesty.
David Fafita's playing good football, though.
He is.
Yeah, look, I put a lot of this down to round 1 jitters. We'll see over the next 2-3 weeks. Teams start to settle in,
Yeah, anyway.
Hopefully Cowboys actually win one,
I've got a little stat about the Cowboys this weekend when we come
I'm sorry
to that.
I brought them up.
Anyway.
All right, looking at the ladder, thanks to Optimus One, your insurance brokers here in Cairns, and the Storm are on top, the Sharks, Panthers.
How are the Storm on? Oh God!
Well,
they have to
goes under differential.
Yeah,
exactly,
I know.
I know.
They just never fail to be there. Though.
I know.
Storm on top, Cronulla, Panthers, Warriors, Knights, Rabbits, Bulldogs, and Raiders round out your top 8. Of course, the Tigers there. They had the bye. And Sea Eagles, Dragons, Dolphins, Cowboys, Roosters, Broncos, Titans, and Eels. It'll be interesting to see how they actually crop up this week.
The Eels have got to win the game or either lose it by a converted try.
Yeah.
They've got to show a lot more than what they did last Thursday night.
Yeah.
That was just the poorest ever. I said here last week, I haven't seen Mitchell Moses play as bad as what he did. He was poor.
Yeah.
They will bounce back. Don't know if they can beat the Broncos, but this is going to be a very, very tight game.
If Eels win, this is very telling about Broncos.
Yeah. So I hope this happens. I agree, Baz. Yes.
Yep.
If Eels lose, everyone will be like,
Yeah.
But if Broncos lose, it'll be a big story.
All right, let's look at the draw for this week. Thursday night, Brisbane take on the Eels at Suncorp. Broncos $1.25, Eels at $4.
Like I said, they got to win.
You've just said it. So okay. So they've just got to win, don't they? This is for their defence, for their premiership defence. This is and it's only round 2, but this is a huge game. Okay, say the Broncos lose tomorrow night. They are then 0-2 at home.
And that's a worry.
And they got pantsed in the first game. So
I'm telling you right now, Jason Ross will have this team riled up effectively for tomorrow night. This is going to be a cracking game.
Gamble responsibly, but you drop $1,000 in this game, you're always guaranteed to make $250.
What are you really gambling with?
Well, at a $4, you'd be crazy not to put at least a good
100%.
Yeah. I know they got flogged, but the Broncos are not travelling really well. They got pants there against the Hull, and then obviously Penrith, who didn't play well. At $4, load up.
All right, Warriors take on the Raiders at Go Media Stadium. Warriors $1.81. Raiders 204. This should be a great game.
I'm going with what you said, Daz. Warriors are looking good. I like the Raiders. I think this will be a great game. But I think Warriors should get it at home.
This to me, this is a top 4 teams. These are some of the better teams in the competition already. Yeah, I'll be going Warriors, but it's toss of the coin. If Canberra win, you go, well, that didn't.
You wouldn't be surprised either way. This next one surprises me, though, Daz.
Roosters take on the Rabbits, $1.83 to $2.01.
Given what we just saw in round 1, why are Roosters the favourite here?
I don't get it. Rabbits will win this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Double your money, people.
Yeah. I actually think we haven't forgotten. Now, please help me here. Wayne Bennett's first year. No, what is it? How long has he been at Rabbits now?
2 years.
2 years.
2 years.
This is his
3 years.
Yeah, I don't know how long he's been there now. This is his third year.
I'd say third year. Yeah.
I think he's starting to get the roster that he wanted, like maybe 18 months ago, and he's been building this roster. They've got them all fit now. Campbell Graham was very good on the weekend as well. Alex Johnson.
Cody Walker, Jaden Sullivan.
Yeah. You know, they've still got Jamie Humphreys to come back in this side because he's been out from suspension. The bloke who's playing really good football is Jack Whiten. Now, they've moved him into the centres, if that's correct.
Yeah.
Now, I never thought Jack Whiten was a great 5'8" when he was at the Raiders, but I think with Campbell Graham and Jack Whiten in the centres, wow. And then you got Latrell at the back, don't you? And Alex Johnson.
I know, Latrell and Jack are in the centres.
Oh, so Latrell and Jack in the centres.
You got AJ and Campbell Graham on the wings.
And Campbell Graham, before he got injured last year, was one of the best centres in the world. Yeah. So who's the fullback? Is that
Jai Gray? Yeah.
Yeah, they've got a real, and then you throw in David Fafita.
Yeah, Bronson Garlick at hooker.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm all over. Yep. Why? Yep. Go the Rabbits.
All right, first time we've seen the West Tigers play in 2026. They take on the Cowboys, $1.54 to $2.49.
Mate, much like the Broncos, Cowboys just have to win this. They probably won't. But for the sake of their team and their coach, they have to win this.
Well, they do. It's funny. I was reading I follow an NRL Vegas on Facebook. The amount of people who have come back sick with the RSV or the COVID. I wonder if the teams over there were able to be a lot more isolated. So far this time, like everyone who's come back hasn't been able to win. I mean. I know the Bulldog and see because
you can't really put that into.
You can't.
There's been whispers of nightclub altercations between players and stuff too. So they obviously weren't isolated.
No, they weren't isolated.
They could very well be a lot of sick players or players that are recovering from being sick.
Yeah,
I don't trust the kid. I would they'll be fresh. The Tigers. The Tigers should win. Where is it at?
Leichhardt.
Leichhardt.
I was at Leichhardt Oval watching Cowboys versus Tigers when Cowboys finally won a game in, I don't know, however long it was.
How good is it watching footy at Leichhardt?
It's great. It is a fantastic field. You've never been there?
I'm going to go watch a Tigers-Manly game. It would be outstanding.
Absolutely. You stand up on the hill under the old scoreboard. It's
a great ground.
Really great spot.
Yeah, right. Okay.
All right. Dragons take on the Storm, $3.16 to $1.36. This at Wynn Stadium.
No, the Dragons will try their best, but Storm got too much class.
Yeah, way too much. Little we talk about that, one the better.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, move on.
Panthers take on the Sharks at 6:35 Saturday. Panthers $1.38 and Sharks $3.07.
Sharks and do you know where this is at? Here.
I'll be there on Saturday. I've got a wedding on Friday. It's at Bathurst, but I don't think I'm going to go to it.
You're not going to make
I don't think I'll go to it. But
the Sharks could take this game.
They rarely lose at Bathurst, Penrith. But they could.
They're strong opening round. Yeah. Panthers are strong too, but
there's still no Liam Henry and no Liam Martin. They didn't play last weekend, so they're still out injured.
Look, safe money's Panthers, I reckon, but don't underestimate.
I think Sharkies' stats against Penrith, Daz, is pretty good over the years. Yeah. They could ambush them for sure.
Sea Eagles take on the Knights $1.58 to $2.39. That's a 3.05 and 4 pints.
I leave Bathurst on Sunday morning and I get back to Sydney at about 1 o'clock. So I will be scampering over. I'm going to be scampering over to Brookvale Oval to watch the mighty Sea Eagles.
Look, I was impressed with the Knights against the Cowboys.
I'm worried.
Like you said, the teams that have travelled could be struggling.
Yes.
I'm going to go Manly on this one.
Yeah. I think Manly will.
I think Manly.
And that's not a knock against the Knights. But
no. They've just got to wrap up Kalen Ponga, that's for sure.
And because of the Vegas thing, it's kind of 2 weeks in between a game.
I
So
know.
they've sort of had a long rest.
Well, Manly need to win. I mean, again, if they want to make top 8, which I don't think they will this year, you can't go 0-2, 0-3. It's just too hard.
Dolphins again at home against Titans.
So Dolphins take on the Titans, $1.40 to
Redcliffe?
$2.97.
Suncorp.
That's Suncorp.
Suncorp again.
I really
Once again, they've got to win this, the Dolphins.
So it's once again a doubleheader at Suncorp. So we had the Broncos and Panthers and the Dolphins last weekend. The same thing again this weekend.
Oh, so you got Broncos and Eels on the Thursday night.
Yeah, not a same day doubleheader, but same
but
weekend.
That same weekend
Same
round.
weekend.
But geez, Titans have to.
Look, both teams need a win, but I think Dolphins are going to take it.
Yeah.
I'm going to go Titans.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm going to go Titans here.
All right.
Tell you what, you've heard it here first.
Yeah, I have heard it. I've only just got to go up the road. I think Titans will perform better. I mean, what was the score with the Titans who they played last week? That was
they played the Sharks and it
Played the
was
Sharks.
50 to 10.
God
50
dumb.
to 10. So.
Absolutely
maybe
dumb.
no. I'm still going to go Titans.
All right. As usual, gamble responsibly and
Don't listen to us.
Don't listen. Well, no, maybe don't listen to us. But please, also, if you're out at Suncorp Stadium, don't belt the shit out of each other either. That was really, really disappointing to see.
that?
I did not see that. What happened?
Yeah,
Was
so
there
in
was
the
the
concourse,
Yeah.
so in the concourse at Suncorp Stadium, there were two. Well, actually, there was a group of people there that were belting the crap out of each other, and it was really disappointing to see.
No, and it wasn't even like males. There was a couple of females were going off as well, and then I seen one male pushed a female away, and it was.
and then Tinners rushed in.
Tony said, I'm here. Let me in. Let me in.
Got the bin.
Yeah, they were picking up.
It was it was pretty. I suppose it was reasonably a violent little brawl,
I mean,
wasn't
they were
it?
picking up the early morning. No, what was it? The early Ultimate Brawling Championship.
They were, weren't they? Yeah, no, it was
I'm
a
sure there
very.
was probably some alcohol involved.
Yeah, there was a lot of
dodgy
no,
beer at the
I'm
stadium.
sure when and that's what happens when supporters of the different teams walk out next to each other and someone's lippy and
Yeah.
that's it. I'll give you a lip, a fat and a blue one.
All right, where we
But
are,
we do not
guys?
condone violence at all.
AFL. All right, let's look at round one of the AFL. We're finally on to some real football. Carlton take on Richmond at the MCG. Wow.
Carlton will. They were very.
You're struggling to finish
sorry,
that
lads.
sentence.
They were because they were really poor against the Swans. The Swans scored 75 points in the third quarter last week. It was the opening game of the AFL season, but I don't think Richmond have got enough class. However, in saying that, Richmond did beat Carlton in the corresponding round last year, but I don't think that Carlton will lose this one again.
$1.35 to $3.23.
If they do, Vossi's just going to be hanging on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Essendon take on Hawthorn at the G.
Oh, this would be a great game. It will be, Baz.
Essendon.
Well, the rivalry that these two teams have had over the years has been enormous. Zach Merritt, the former Essendon captain, who was Essendon captain last year.
Is this their first game of the year, I think?
Yep,
for
it
Essendon?
is. Yeah, for Essendon. He requested a transfer to the Hawks in November, but Essendon stood firm because he was a contracted player and said, you're not going anywhere. So he then, walked back into the club with his tail between his legs and he forego the captaincy and out of the leadership group. They say he's trained well, but there's going to be a little bit of spite because Brad Scott doesn't really like Sam Mitchell. Sam Mitchell doesn't really like Brad Scott. There'll be a little bit of spot fires all over the ground with this.
$1.22 to $4.35. Good value for Essendon.
Essendon
$4.35.
and they haven't had
$4.35.
But they haven't had a game yet.
Yeah.
So how can you say that they're $4.35?
Yeah, well, that's what it's got here.
Oh, geez, we're going to be rich by the end of the weekend, or otherwise we'll be. I might not be staying in Manly for too long.
Or the missus and kids will be singing for their supper, one of the two.
Yeah,
All right,
exactly.
Western Bulldogs take on the Giants at Marvel Stadium. Bulldogs $1.36, Giants $3.17.
Well, I do like a little bit of a gamble, and I went the Western Bulldogs into the Greater Western Giants last week. The Western Bulldogs beat the Lions, and the Giants beat Hawthorn, if I'm correct. Yes, it was. These are two sides that have surprised early. This is going to be a really good game. Whoever wins this game early on will set themselves up for a top 4 position. But I think the Bulldogs will get the Giants. I think so.
Geelong take on Fremantle at GMHBA Stadium, $1.50 to $2.61.
Well, this is Fremantle's first game of the year. Geelong were poor. You wouldn't have seen probably the game against Gold Coast, but they, as a Collingwood supporter, it was great to see Geelong getting flogged, and the Suns just put them to the sword. The game was all over at 3/4 time. They had a few junk goals at the end, but I'm hoping Fremantle can beat Geelong, but Geelong will probably have Patrick Dangerfield and Jeremy Cameron back. But I'm going to go Fremantle in this one.
Sydney take on Brisbane at the SCG. Swans $1.47. Lions $2.68.
There's a reason
wow.
why. There's a reason why you know about this, Baz. Why? So Harris Andrews, their captain, suspended for 3 weeks. Darcy Gardner suspended for 2 weeks, and Zach Bailey suspended for 1 week.
Wow.
And Hugh McCluggage has done his calf, and he's out for maximum 2 weeks.
So they've depleted stocks.
They are completed. They've already got 2 of their other backmen, Jack Payne and Tom Doherty, not playing. I just can't see. Look, Chris Fagan is one of the best coaches in the competition, and backs against the wall, they do very well.
Yeah.
But I can't see him beating the Swans at the SCG.
Final game on Saturday night. Collingwood take on Adelaide. Magpies $1.70. Crows $2.16.
This is a hard game because Collingwood and Adelaide always have close matches wherever they are, whether it's in Adelaide and they hate each other, whether it's the games at Adelaide Oval or it's at the MCG. This game comes to 2 goals or less. Obviously, I was there Sunday night watching the Magpies beat St Kilda. They were impressive. I'm probably because I'm a. Who would you go for, Baz?
Pies.
Pies? Oh, I'm going Pies, obviously, but this is going to be a stressful game. I'll be stressed out.
All right. First game on Sunday, North Melbourne take on Port Adelaide. Kangaroos, Power $1.56, Kangaroos $2.43.
I'm pretty sure this is North's first game of the year, and Port Adelaide were reasonably impressive. Who did they play last week? Did they play?
I can't tip North.
Yeah. I find it difficult.
No, Port didn't play last week, did
No,
they?
I think they were on a bye. Yeah, they were.
I would love to see North start their season off with a win.
Yeah.
Port Adelaide have got a new coach in Josh Carr, new personnel. I'm just going to go North because I feel sorry for them.
It's a pity vote.
It's just a pity vote.
Yeah.
All right. The MCG on Sunday, Melbourne take on St Kilda.
It's St Kilda, I think.
New coach with Stephen King, former Geelong premiership player. It's his first game. He's weeded out at all the, obviously Clayton Oliver went to the Giants from Melbourne. Christian Petrarca went to the Gold Coast Suns, had an outstanding game last Saturday with 34 possessions for the Gold Coast. Stephen May is retired during the week as well. The big talk of St Kilda is they've got all their new recruits, Daz. I would expect St Kilda to bounce back after Sunday night's loss. But this is at the MCG.
At the G.
Yeah, I would think it's St Kilda for me, but this is a very close game too.
Yeah, St Kilda $1.54, Demons $2.47. Last game on Sunday is the Suns taking on West Coast. Oh, jeez. Suns $1.01. West Coast Eagles $19.
Wow. What time's this game?
That is at People's First Stadium at 5:10 p.m.
Sunday.
Sunday.
$1.
$1 to $19.
The way they demolished the Cats, the Suns, what they did.
That's insane.
I have never seen odds that large.
No, well,
even for West Coast.
At $19, have we never seen it at $9? That's
insane.
That is insane. So that means you've got to try and find a bit of line betting out there. Even then, you're not going to get good odds.
Yeah.
Surely they don't. They can't win by more than 20 goals.
Well, you'd want to hope so.
Well, that's where you got to put your line betting if it's going to happen.
But that's just unbackable.
It is unbackable. At $1, like not even the wealthiest of wealthiest in the world is going to put $1. But then again, they do in the great horse in Hong Kong with Ka Ying Rising at $1.05.
Yeah. All right.
At $1, you still. That's not very good interest, though, is it?
No, exactly.
And you got to wait nearly 2 hours to redeem it.
Yep. All right, a controversy corner this week.
Here we go.
Here's a good one. Is the Cowboys pretenders or contenders?
Oh, they're definitely not contenders.
They should be.
They should be.
You look at the squad.
On paper, they are.
Look, it's so hard.
They've been like on paper that for the last 3 years.
It's so hard to judge after one game, but unfortunately, that game looked like they were still making the same mistakes from last year. So
yeah.
I'm hoping they can learn from that and improve. But I think they've got the potential there. They've just got to realise it.
They've always had the potential. I'll give them that.
Yeah, I guess the question is how many years of not showing their potential before you give up on them?
Yeah, I just hope this team doesn't lose their potential before you blokes get a new coach in. Okay. He's ruining this football club and ruining the careers of these potentially gifted footballers that are just down the road from us.
All right. So we bagged him all year last year. Now this year, how long are we giving him?
If he loses tomorrow, loses on the weekend, I'll give him 3 weeks, 3 to 4 weeks, surely.
If they can't beat the Tigers, then
If they lose the Tigers,
yeah,
it's very close to the chopping block. Sure, and we might, and if we do, Cowboys lose the Tigers next week, we are going to personally ring our good mate Treno up next week, and he can just let loose.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll just put the phone down on the mic.
I think we need to ring. We need to ring Treno next week. That's if the Tigers win.
Yeah. Braden Burns actually got off last night, which was good to see.
Really?
Yeah, no, he did.
Yeah.
And
got an $1,800 fine.
Did he have the same lawyer as
Nathan did. And that's what they're now saying.
No, he didn't have daddy.
No.
I was going to say Crichton, but he didn't even go to the judiciary.
No, I was surprised that he did. Were you surprised that he got off? You didn't think it was that bad?
I did say last week that the severity didn't warrant 2 matches.
No, well, we did say if he was going to get 2 matches, and I've seen video evidence and photo evidence of Crichton.
Yeah,
he clipped him around the ear with a swinging arm.
Yeah,
but there's hitting people in the head and not hitting people in the head. If they determine that you didn't even hit him, fine.
But Ponga got up and laughed.
But if you hit someone in the head and then get 0 weeks off,
okay,
what's the point of the whole thing? What's the point of the rule?
Okay, if you're hitting someone in the head and they're actually getting back up and laughing, there's a problem. Okay? Now, Ponga didn't even get sent to the HIA.
Yeah.
Do you think he got more like on the top of his chest
I
underneath
agree.
his neck?
I agree.
At the time, I thought that too. The only reason I kind of went, as the crowd did when we were watching it, it was only because of Kalen Ponga. Yeah. And I thought, don't go out of the game. We want to see him in the game every week. But was it? I don't know. It obviously wasn't in the head in the end.
This is a problem, though, with hitting someone in the head. You hit them in the hard part, they're going to be fine. You hit them in the soft part, they're not. So
it's wrong at the moment.
They can get up and laugh because if they get clipped in the right spot, it's not going to bother them.
In that if you get concussed, you're gone. And if the player you accidentally hit, who does not get concussed, they're getting off.
Yeah.
I still believe Nathan Cleary's was
They
off.
still hand out fines rather than
they got
weeks off.
Yeah, he got an $1,800 fine.
Okay, and 0 weeks off.
Yeah.
I thought the 2 weeks was a bit harsh initially. I think if he got 1 week, he probably
I thought
would
a
have
week
taken it.
would have been fine.
Yeah.
Two would have been a bit of a stretch. Okay, let's take a quick break. Okay, we'll be right back. Okay, welcome back to Winners Grinners. We're going live and local FNQ, and I'm going to change it up a little bit here. I've actually put in 5 news stories here from far north Queensland. Here, the Marlin Coast were crowned the FNQ champion club. So the Marlin Coast Swimming Club took out overall championship title and Far North Queensland Championships, one of the biggest junior sporting meets, and that's good to see.
Yeah.
If we're participating in junior sports, that's really great.
Oh no, it's fantastic, and I just and I thought I was on the right track here. The Australian Dolphins come up to Cairns and use the facility. It's just eluded me now. At Cairns.
The Tobruk Pool.
Tobruk, thank you. Thanks, Baz. I can always rely on you. Yes. The Tobruk Pool is a great facility, and the Australian Dolphins do use it quite a bit. So, and I think it's fantastic that the Marlins,
yes,
especially the juniors, did really well. And I do believe, obviously, for the young juniors and young teenage swimmers, when they see the Dolphins, Australian Dolphin teams come and train here for might be Commonwealth Games or the World Championships or Olympics, I'm sure it'd give them a little bit of a spur, because I know that the Tobruk Pool does get used quite regularly. You know that too.
It's a great facility.
Great facility, and they do come up here and train, and we'll probably see the Dolphins come up here and train again this year. I know the Commonwealth Games are on this year though. That's in Scotland. I don't really know when. Do you know when that is on? We'll have to have a look at that.
August.
Might be August, so I wouldn't be surprised.
Have to look that up.
But the Dolphins could be here, shortly, within a month or two.
Yeah.
Because they always love coming up into our winter. Well, why wouldn't anyone want to come up to our winter, Baz?
That's right. Yeah. It's the best time of year in Cairns.
It is, but no, that's a great achievement, and I think we'll see some more swimming stars come out of Cairns that will get into the Australian Dolphins swimming team.
The 7 Cairns Marathon Festival has been secured until 2028, guaranteeing one of the region's biggest participating sporting events in the city.
This is a wonderful event. Probably it gets shaded, I believe, but this is just my personal opinion, to the Cairns Ironman. But the Ironman is to me is Cairns' number one. It's their number one ticket. It's a great sporting event. But the 7 Cairns Marathon has become very popular over the years, and it gets well supported by a lot of athletes, within Cairns, internationally, domestically. And I just think it's great that, we have the Ironman, then it leads into the Cairns Channel 7 Marathon, which is normally about a month after, if I'm correct. I think the Ironman's in June, and the Cairns Marathon's in July. And
12th of July.
12th of July. And it is a great event. And, again, it comes back to, the weather's beautiful. It's always sunshine. It's, it's nice and cooler in the air. And it's, you've got tourists around.
Look, there's all different events here, Dave. You reckon you and me, you and me jump in the 5K or the 10K?
I did see a 2K. Was that just for
kids?
That's
a family dash.
Yeah. We could probably do the 5K.
Yeah, there you go. Young kids. Minimum age 4.
Not for you.
Not for Darren. All right.
I'm well and truly retired. All right, the Professional Bull Riders Australian Tour is returning to Cairns with a multi-million-dollar prize pool and strong local interest.
This is good. Have you been to it at the Cairns Convention Centre?
I have not, no.
I would recommend you get there. Again, this is probably in about May or June again. I think, no, it might be later than that. Anyway, no, it's some of the best bull riders in the world to come for and especially within a multi-million now. Like, we do get spoilt in our winter because it's such a great time to be in Cairns. But I'd totally recommend to go to the Cairns Convention Centre and watch it, because I think the final, this is like a heat or whatever, not it, but the final's always at Townsville.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's great that it's come back to Cairns again, and it's great that they've now got more prize money.
I have been to a PBR State of Origin event at the Convention Centre. Yeah, it was a lot of fun, actually.
Yeah, well, I might have went there. Was that only 2 or 3 years ago? 3 years or longer?
Yeah. I can't even remember who I went with. Was it you?
No, it wasn't me. I went with I did have a partner then, but I did. No, it was that was a good night.
Yeah, you did go to one. Yeah,
I did. Yeah, I did.
It wasn't
the
the same one.
It was about 4 years ago.
All I know is a lot of bull to me.
But it's good for the city. It's good use. We can. The Cairns Convention Centre gets utilised.
It's another sporting event.
Of course
Bring
it is.
on.
Yep.
All right, community sporting carnivals are boosting the Cairns economy. Grassroots and regional sporting events in Cairns are projected to bring millions to the local economy through visiting athletes and supporters. Now, there is a junior competition on at Jones Park this weekend for rugby league. And please, everyone, come along, because it should be a really, really good carnival.
Are you doing any refereeing?
I am not refereeing any longer, but I will
done?
be.
You pulled the pin?
I have pulled the pin.
Very good.
I'm actually a referee coach now, and also a facilitator for the Australian. They've actually changed it, the Australian Rugby League Commission.
Right.
So
you don't have much on your plate, do you, mate? You don't like getting bored, do you?
No, exactly right. I hate my weekends being sitting there on the TV.
I'm happy that you're happily married too, so that's good. He's still happily married. Let's put it out there. So
How does he hold it all together?
No, well, the good thing is that she actually works on a Saturday, so I don't have to worry about it.
Well, then you're laughing, mate.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. You might be able to feel it. Yeah, I mean, obviously it's great again, bringing parents and young children into our city. It's and why wouldn't you want to come to Cairns? And I suppose, do they do these in the other regional areas like Townsville, Mackay?
Yes. Yeah, it happens everywhere, but one of the biggest junior competitions is NRL Rise. Which happens in Townsville, I think, in around August, September. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But we also have the Nate Miles Cup as well, and that's in Gordon Vale. That is a brilliant competition there.
Juniors, correct.
Yeah. And I actually met Nate Miles and that. He's softened his stance quite a bit.
It's good. And he normally comes up for it, doesn't he?
He does.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So every year in Gordon Vale, they have the Nate Miles Cup.
So what is that at the next
Ali Park?
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Okay, last one. Local footy and cricket seasons are shifting into gear. So cricket season is wrapping up and the football season is starting. So we've got trials for AFL Cairns, and also the local cricket season is wrapping up.
So Optimus One still doing?
Yeah, we're still sponsoring the Optimus One Shield.
What's happened with that this year? Has it been too much rain?
No. It's been passed around. I'm not sure who's holding it at the moment. I should have a look here.
You should be all over that.
I should be, but Trano's the cricket guy. You know,
he is the cricket guru.
But yeah, we've been sponsoring Cricket Far North with the Shield. Let me see what the latest is. Yeah. Come on, where is it?
Interesting to see who's holding the Shield. And because I think 3 weeks on Friday is Good Friday, is that correct?
Good Friday, yes.
So the finals have started. I would think so.
Started for cricket.
There must only be 2 weeks at the most.
Yeah.
So on the 21st of February, Barron River were holding it, and they were facing off against Mulgrave. So I'm not sure who won that match and where it's at, but perhaps Barron's held on to it.
Yeah, they mightn't have played that weekend. Was that one of the weekends where it was wet? I'm not too sure. What are we up to now?
Possibly. But yeah. For anyone who doesn't know, the only way to win the Shield is to take it off the home team. So whenever they play at home, they're holding the Shield. It's up for grabs.
So there's an incentive.
Yeah. There's an incentive to win at home because you hold onto the Shield, and if you have the Shield a couple of times throughout the season, you get some cash prizes, courtesy of Optimus One Insurance Brokers.
Okay, Optimus One.
Your insurance brokers here in Cairns.
Yeah, the number one.
All right, and don't forget
Yeah,
DC
so obviously,
Finance as well.
obviously AFL starts with practice matches this weekend. North Cairns Tigers play Menunda Hawks. That's the only trial game this weekend, and then the weekend after, Cairns Saints are playing Port Douglas on the Friday night, which is the 20th, and then on the 21st, Tharangower Bulldogs are coming up all the way from Townsville to play North Cairns Tigers in a trial game. Yep. But if you also wanted to experience a bit of St. Patrick's Day, there is a bit of Gaelic football at Watson's Oval, which is North Cairns Tigers on Saturday. So there's a lot of Irish lads and ladies playing with the round ball.
Gaelic football's pretty rough.
Yeah, it is. Well, they like to think they play pretty rough. They do actually, but as soon as you touch them, then they squeal a bit anyway. Can you say that? No, so there's plenty of, so obviously, is there local NRL? Would there? Because I know last weekend.
We've just got the juniors. We've just got the juniors, but I would actually also say watch this space because the way the rain is lately, they could pull the pin, but let's hope not because we need to get there.
Yeah, because they had to pull the pin last week because of the weather. And in the end, it wasn't that bad, really.
Yeah, the Innisfail today, it absolutely pelted down.
Oh, did it?
Oh, yeah. And not fun trying to teach kids, 16-year-old kids, actually how to drive a car in pouring rain.
But that is Innisfail.
Yeah.
No, it shouldn't.
One of the wettest places on earth.
Yes.
Yeah, well, beside that and Tully.
Yeah, that's right. Exactly.
All right. Let's wrap this up. We're going over an hour here today.
We got too excited talking about Zach Lomax and Cowboys.
Yeah, Cowboy. How good the Rabbits are.
Yep.
Trent Cooper. What do we want to talk about him
We
for?
didn't even say the word DCE today. So,
Well, that's it.
Well, if we didn't say anything about DCE, all I'm going to say, he needs a good game for the Roosters this weekend. So that's what actually, if I'm looking forward to.
He does.
I'm looking forward to seeing how the Roosters play with DCE this weekend. And I've had a mental blank. Please help against the Rabbits. I am tipping the Rabbits, but DCE needs to pull his finger over his arse.
I'm interested to see how Penrith go this weekend.
Yeah, or
compared to how they played against the Broncos.
Okay.
So that's my thought for this week. Baz?
Cowboys, just get a win, please. That's all I want. That's all I want for Christmas.
I know we got to finish it up, but I'm telling you, there'll be a lot of nervous Cowboys supporters there on the weekend.
Yeah.
They just have to win.
It'll be either one or two things.
Thank you, everybody. There it is. Thanks, Daz. Thanks, Dennis.
Thank you, everyone, for watching. Great to have your company here.